Grand rising, or good afternoon, depending upon what time you are listening. Today is Sunday. Happy Sunday. This time space sequence we call March the 22nd, 2020. This is Sean Speaks, and I will be presenting for you the blog post from the website from today entitled The Myth of a Great Life. The Myth of a Great Life. Our affirmation for today: I can live the life I want. I can live the life I want. Most of us have heard the mantra from good to great. Jim Collins wrote a seminal business book entitled Good to Great, and there are other seminal books written on the subject. But this blog isn't about that book or business necessarily. This post is personal development centered and self-belief focused. I think we are all on an inner discovery journey, even if we don't use that term, of learning how to better outer express what we call our lives. We express life based upon what we have learned, internalized, believe, or think as true. For example, America is a capitalistic society. At least that is the term we hold true to our identity. I am a capitalist to a great extent, but some say pure capitalism isn't working for the greater America anymore. But America isn't ready to face this identity crisis and make the necessary adjustment. Why do the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Because the capitalism that America has developed has created this spiral in both directions and continues to feed this spiral in both directions despite the growing abyss left in between. And Black Americans seem to get caught in the downward spiral more often than not. But let me make this one thing clear. The deep abyss between the haves and the have-nots grows deeper and wider by the day. And as this deep abyss expands, it's becoming more and more colorblind. The coronavirus is teaching us this hard lesson. So maybe it's time for you and for me to see each other as equal sovereign beings living life together. I don't want to dive deep into this subject on why capitalism needs to change because it would cause this blog to be so much longer than I want it to be. And there are other articles and books written that give better explanation than I ever could. So I recommend you read Claude Anderson's book entitled Black Labor, White Wealth, and an article written by Ray Dalio entitled Why and How Capitalism Needs to be Reformed. We learn in multiple ways, but the main ways we learn are from others, from our own experiences, and from nature around us. The sun will shine even after the most torrential of rains. The rain will come even after the most severe drought. Snow will fall even after the most torching summer. Beaches erode, glaciers melt, mountains reshape. Philosophical theories change, religious ideas reform, and scientists change their minds or are proven wrong. This world, the earth, or the universe is constantly reshaping itself. We are a part of this world, not separate from it, no matter what they may have taught otherwise. Our lives are reshaping continuously, whether we choose to do so or the reshaping is forced upon us. Learning and relearning is necessary to the reshaping process. Learning must evolve even if it means you unlearn what was once worthy to know. Many of us fight the reshaping process because we hold onto titles too tightly. Many people hold onto the title of wife or husband and stay in a marriage that should have ended 20 years ago because we were too ashamed to change our identity from wife to single mom or husband to divorced dad. The substance of being a parent to a child or two people being in a relationship that flows have nothing to do with the title of being a husband or a wife. Empires fall because out of arrogance, they don't adjust their internal governing policies or their economic and political systems despite the ever-growing and changing needs of their people and the world around them. When nature is ready for a landmass to become part of the ocean, it subtly overtakes the land until one day the land is fully covered by the water. The uniqueness of human beings is that we get to see the water coming and we can adjust and build a boat if we are paying attention before the transformation overtakes us. The only point I want to make in this blog today is don't hold so tightly to titles or labels that you miss out on experiencing the actual substance of what you really wanted. We all want great lives, great relationships, and great experiences. Great as defined by you, of course. But the truth is, most of us live in Complaint City, and we settle at good long before we ever enter great territory. Great seems to be unreachable, unrealistic, and a fantasy not worth having anymore because it's too impossible to attain. We go for great, but great costs us the comfort of good. So we tend to give up the pursuit of the great life and settle for good. Having a great life becomes a myth. Nothing is wrong with good, but good tends to deceive us into complacency, into a comfort zone of comfortable discomfort. If your life is good and the good is what you want, then that is a great life. But many of us reside in comfortable discomfort. You know what that feels like. It's being on a job you hate, but you stay for the money that pays for the house and the car you have grown comfortable having. It's being in a marriage for 25 years with a man or a woman who emotionally abuses you, but he or she brings the paycheck home every week and pays the bills. So you have grown comfortable in a lifestyle with a man or a woman you feel discomfort with. It's knowing you would rather travel the world and play the guitar in a band, but you are afraid to quit the comfort of the 9 to 5. What if something happens in life that removes the walls that your good constructs of comfort built around you? What if you really were able to pursue the life you really wanted to live? Let's not be so attached to titles that we don't heed the nudges from the life cycle indicating that it's time to change. Fear can cause you to hold so tight to the so-called good life that you're actually unhappy in, that you make a myth out of having a great life. The life you want is possible. Our affirmation for today: I can live the life I want. I can live the life I want. Thank you so much for listening to the Audio Blogcast podcast presented to you by freeyourthinkingmind.com. Please check us out on our YouTube channel at Up Talk My Life on YouTube. Please go over to our website at Free Your Thinking Mind and check out our content over there. And if you like, and if it resonates with you, please subscribe. Ashe, free thinkers, ashe. May what you say manifest in your life today and every day. Ashe.